Welcome everyone, KD here, and this is part 5 of my tutorial about blueprints and communication between blueprints. Now I want to go very shortly into how you can create a safe blueprint and how you can work with a safe blueprint and how you can communicate or call variables you saved in the safe blueprint, or how to load them. Again, this will be completely basic. I won't go too much into detail, kind of like I did with the last parts of this tutorial session, because I made a very lengthy, actually two very lengthy tutorials about how you can save and load your games, and links are in the description for this video. So if you want to know more, if these are not enough information for you for now, then please go watch this save and load these other tutorials about saving and loading. I don't want to just copy this, just make a copy of this tutorial I already made. That wouldn't make too much sense. I just really want to show you the absolute basics about how you can call in, how you can use a safe blueprint. So how to create it, add new blueprint, then we go here to press in save. So I already made a, for the other blueprints, kind of save blueprints. So we select save game. Again, label this stuff better than I do. That's how it looks like in here in the content browser. Like I said, don't call it new blueprint 4, call it differently. So we open this up, and that in here we only have an event graph. I tell you right now, you don't have to do any events in the event graph. What we want to do in here is saving or loading variables. So in general, maybe other people use this here to create events or anything like that. I never made any events here. In here, I only created the variables I wanted to save and recall later on. So the only thing I'm doing here right now is creating a variable. Maybe I will create two, just for example, so two different ones. Then when we compile this, we can change here the number. For example, 10. Compile and save, that's very important. Always compile and save if you change something in here and you want to call this stuff. So that's actually all you kinda can do in here. So if you have a little bit a bigger game, absolutely, if it has some kind of RPG elements and things like that, you will have here a big list of variables you save and save in the save blueprint. So what you can do is you can set this here into different categories. Let's call this one and this one here too. And then we see we can kind of bring this a little bit in a order in subcategories, so it's easier for you to find. That was just something I wanted to show you. Also, a good thing with this is you can, instead of calling your variable, you can search for your category you created for this name, and then it maybe like I said, maybe you have 10 variables, maybe you have 100 variables in here, and maybe you forgot how you called it, but you know in which category you put it, so you can search for the category. That's another help you have with this. Also here you can search for the category. And with that, we are actually, that's all to the save blueprint. So now how can you call these variables and save them and load them and things like that. So this is a little bit more difficult than just calling with all actor classes of this function. So let's go to our actor blueprint we created in here. If we go to event graph, we want to create here instead of a ball, we want to create a new object. Now when we press in here, I didn't call it new blueprint 4 is our save blueprint. So with that we created a reference to our save blueprint. Again, if this is way too fast for you, please go watch my other tutorial in the description. It's much more in detail. But that's how you create a reference to your save blueprint. So now, extremely important, you can of course call a reference to your save blueprint from different actors. Please don't do this. Call it always from the same actor. Do your save and loading and everything like that. Everything in the same actor, and always use this actor if you want to save or load this game. As example, we can now, instead of this, let's call this save. If you want to save, the command is called save game to slot. Then here we see save game object. We can take our reference into here and everything is fine. We can choose here a name, as example slot 01 if you want, and then it will save it to slot 01, and that will be the name we get in the folder where the save games will be saved. That's all you have to do for saving. Then you can load game from slot. This looks like this, and here again slot name slot 01. Then you can here cast to new blueprint 4. You combine these two, then you get this one here and in here, and this time you set and you, as example, add this to a new custom event. That is of course load. And then a third option you have, I just will show you how the command is called, is create save game object. Get here, say new blueprint. That's the first thing you want to do, is create the save game object. You can also how is this function called? Does save game exist? So you can choose here the save slot, and then the game will check does the does in the slot name 01, does the save file exist already? And then you get here a return value. You can, that is a boolean again. You can here branch and then say no, it doesn't exist, so hey, please create one. Please create one. Or yes, this already exists, then we can go here. Okay, please load. Okay. Again, I explained this more into detail if this was way too fast for you in my save and load tutorial. I go much more into detail there. If you want to know more about saving and loading, please watch this tutorial. Now we have here our new blueprint. So now of course we can, from here, this is the level blueprint, we can, as example, load the game. Again, I explained this last time. If this happens, then we didn't compile. Save everything. So this one doesn't work anymore because we changed the name. So we can of course here call load, we can call save, and so on. So we can at any time, at any point we want to, can load everything from the save file or save anything into the save file. So how can I now call these variables I created in the save file? That's not that difficult, it's a little bit more complicated than before. We have here our get all actors of a class, that's the most important part. Here we have a reference to our new blueprint. Our new blueprint is the save, where we do the save and loading, and most importantly where we did our reference to our save blueprint. And we can now call from here, actually, get new variable. Did I call it new variable? Label these things better than I did. Yes, I called it just new variable 0, or I didn't call it at all. So we can get our reference from here, from our save blueprint, and from here we can get our variables, both of them, and we can, as example, set this variable here. So default is 10, we set it now to 20, and then we go to our save file. I can't demonstrate it in here because then I need to set up more, and I can show you now. But like this, we can get our variable we have in our save blueprint. We change this variable, then we save everything, and next time when we load, we will have the changed variable. That's how you save and load. If you want to know more in detail, once more again, in the description down below is a link to a way more detailed tutorial. Please go watch this. Saving and loading is very important. There are many tutorials out there that talk about save and loading, and I don't say I have the best tutorial, but I've seen many tutorials that didn't work for the project I used. So that means maybe my save and load tutorial isn't for you project, but I can promise you it's something. Save and loading is something I tested a lot, and for many projects it will be useful, my tutorial. That's what I can promise you. So please go, if you want to learn more about this, go into the description and follow the tutorial there. Like I said, this is only basics. I just want to show you really what the different blueprints are, classes are, and how you can communicate between these blueprints. So thank you for watching. This is the end of this part. Again, questions please in the comments. If you want to learn more about saving and loading, in the description there are the links. Thank you for watching.